described before. If there was so much counting on, the blind fool won't be hard to get on. I promise you we shall undo the damage he has done. Undo the damage he has done. So says usurper. I will show you just how far I'll go to undo the damage he has done. Undo the damage he has done. So said in Nacho's voice. Hey. I like the odds, don't miss the thrill, but you can count on it like it was written in braille. No ceremony, but a new king is hailed, and you can kiss the ring before we dive into hell. I ain't bugging, no I ain't running, though there's a chance the motherfucker just might see us coming. Secret in the spires, truth coming out. He'll get to stepping when he realizes he can't run his mouth. Promise you we shall undo the damage he has done. Undo the damage he has done. So says usurper. I won't think you realize how far I will go to undo the damage he has done. Undo the damage he has done. So says promise you we shall undo the damage he has done. Undo the damage he has done. So says usurper. I will show you just how far I'll go to undo the damage he has done. Undo the damage he has done. So said in Nacho's voice. Bro
Let's go! Portugal, what are we gonna do in Portugal? Do you hear me? The country, I will be there Sunday morning.
I think once I get into Portugal, I can
Portugal.
the fuck I want.
Portugal's about to be insane. I can't even believe we're going to Portugal.
In breaking news, Portuguese surgeons have been able to reconstruct a U.S. man's face after it was violently caved in by a midget in a purse-related altercation.
Last year I trashed my car. You know what? I didn't have a scratch on me, but 2 days abroad, and I end up like a living crash dummy. Naturally, bought me an underage broad. Locals laughing at me, scoffing down Burger King internationally. The gun straight up started spitting raps on these bitches. And the fact they can't speak English, free pass for some privilege. What's up, my niggers? The comeback was relentless. Damn, it ain't just the victors, the vicious. And all my criminal benches and misadventures came within inches of having my fucking head collapse into hedges. Knocked my stupid ass out. My sketchers caught the beating that I've been needing ever since I lashed out at Vickers. 3 long days stuck in some hospital stretcher in like the smallest fucking bed that they could possibly measure. Doc, my peripheral vision's fucked up. Doc, I burst my stitches. Doc, please refresh the page so I can find out what my purse fetches. What's with the laughter? Doc, some type of paranoid vision? Am I just hearing that in my fucking head? What the fuck is this? All you had to do is fuck this faggot sister. Just look beyond my eyes. Doc, you got my ass mixed up with tipster. 4 on 1, 2, 3, and to the flow. That's the sound of searching. Oh, picking up teeth from the flow.
You wanna live it up like you don't give a fuck. You do whatever you want. Time for you to stick 'em up. You must be fucking bugging if you think you won't get touched. Now give me all your stuff. You fat bitch, lay down.
Scientists are hopeful that the man will regain his eyesight, although they stress they may not be able to save his pig snout.
Listen, you ain't welcome in Azores or Lisbon, not just Portugal, I mean anywhere this bitch wanders. Safer for you, buddy, if you stick to the Richmond projects. Obviously after they're done fixing your vision sockets. Dummy, did you think you were able to take my pride from me? Mention my family, why? To get a rise from me? When you wave your people goodbye, leave your ego behind. Or next time there'll be 2 crosses right where your eyes should be. You want the fame and glory, you want to sell your story by how you traveled for me to my own territory, by how you got destroyed by a shorty. Nah, surely you can't say that so suddenly. It's 1 against 40. You wanna fuck my sister when you're covered in blisters? How the fuck did she see you? You're stuck in ICU. Maybe she'll visit and bring you a book that she could read you, or bring the Burger King, cut it up and just force feed you. Yo, take this Burger King, bitch. Rest in peace. These dudes did a number on you, and I don't mean no number 2, but I bet you did when you felt the ground moving from under you. What are you, stupid? You walk around like you represent the U.S. 1 punch on a Memphis nuisance. Well, make a mess in his new pants. Oh, damn it, it hurts. Somebody get this fag in a skirt. That's what a bitch would lose in a fight. Never an eye, always a purse. So shut your mouth with all that hollering, cussing and curse. Cause if they burst in and stole your life, they still get away with nothing of worth. Could have been way worse, could have gone to the Azores, yo. But I'm guessing there was way more underage whores where the main tourists go. Man, even gay doors, they've on you. Shout out to the A-Laws. Guess all the makers drink the pills finally paid off. You wanna live it up like you don't give a fuck. You do whatever you want. Time for you to stick 'em up. You must be fucking bugging if you think you won't get touched. Now give me all your stuff. You fat bitch, lay down. You wanna live it up like you don't give a fuck. You do whatever you want. Time for you to stick 'em up. You must be fucking bugging if you think you won't get touched. Now give me all your stuff. You fat bitch, stay down.
Oh, man. Hey, I did it. It's perfect. Awesome. Sometimes, you know, I can start the stream perfectly. There we go. Whoa, buddy. Agreed. How's everybody doing this week? Peak? I know, right? It's always nice when you are able to... Oh my gosh, I must sound like a retard right now. It's nice when you can start your stream and it actually like feels like it works, you know? Always feels nice. Anyway, my name is MommaOcco, or Occo, or the guy that just plays around on the internet with a female avatar because it's fun to do so. How are you guys doing tonight? Banger intro. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. It's your first time here. Whoa. Well, I hope you're having a good one. I hope you're having a good one here. Trust me, we all enjoy ourselves here. I'm watching my sugar intake after seeing how much is in Starbucks. Oh yeah, don't go to Starbucks. I don't drink coffee because I hate coffee. Unironically, if I want caffeine, I'll probably just go to. Oh, thank you for becoming an Italian, Magic Misa. I need to up the noise of that there. You know, since I'm sitting right here, and there is no scuff, I am going to go to the membership thing, and I am going to up the volume by 15% so that it's a little bit louder. There we go. Should be a little bit louder so that next time you can hear it. I am Italian. Well, look at that. That's cool. Okay, so I am trying to use the Rumble Studio thing right here. I have no idea how it works. Enter. Interesting. I'm trying to figure out how Rumble Studio works. I'm told that you can stream from it for free, and I am going to be working on that because I kind of want to... Listen, it cost me like $150, $200. Sly Maverick, holy shit. Thank you for the 50 gifted memberships. Holy cow. If you got one, make sure you say thank you. Chat.
Wait, these aren't white.
That's a little bit louder.
They're Italian.
I'm going to make it just a tiny bit louder. There we go. All right. How loud is that? We'll wait. We'll wait. And then I'm going to mute it so that you don't get bombarded. Perfect. Perfect. Welcome all of you brand new Italians. Italian yippies. I need an Italian yippie now. I have decided. I think we're going to get an Italian yippie one day. I think we have to do that. Anyway, how's everybody doing on this Friday evening? Doing taxes. Good idea. I did my taxes last week. I hated doing it because I hate taxes, because taxes is theft. Taxation is theft, in my personal opinion. But you know what? It's whatever. We had this talk last week, so we're not gonna redo it. But I did my taxes last week. But yeah, we're gonna. Holy cow, that is a lot. Thank you, Sly. I deeply appreciate it. As well as Misa, thank you for becoming a member yourself. If you are curious, by the way, and you are not a member, you can become a member for as little as $1 a month. It gets you access to all of the emotes and a lot of other fun stuff that I can't remember off the top of my head because I am retarded. But I don't drink coffee because I don't drink coffee. I just don't like coffee. But here's what I will say, and I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. Actually, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to turn off the loop for that. And then when the loop is off, I am going to start the new music. Alpha Chat, thank you for the 5. I will read that here in just a moment. Because it does have to do with something I am going to be talking about later. There we go. We're going to turn that back on. Anyway, my Italian last name means short. Well, I wouldn't say what your last name means because people can look it up, but that's kind of cool. That's pretty neat. Do Italian yippies get free spaghetti? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yippies don't really eat spaghetti, but they do get free spaghetti. You see, yippies hate vegetables, and spaghetti has got 2 vegetables in it. You've got grain or wheat, and you got tomatoes. And yippies don't like greens. All right, but then there's a little bit of they have it rough because it's just like, well, ice cream is dairy primarily, but cake, which they also like, has wheat in it, and wheat is a vegetable. Or no, wheat is a grain. But like don't try to understand the mind of a yippie. I'm trying to explain it, and it is not to be understood. Because if you try to understand it like I'm trying to explain it, you're going to be confused and upset. Like I am right now trying to explain it. But anyway, chat, my week has been great so far. You know, I've had a fun week. I've had a very productive week, in my personal opinion. I worked, which, you know, that's pretty normal. But I got a lot of stuff done. And I started my investment. I started my investments side of my business. Chat, I have a business. My business is me. And there's many different facets to my business, all right? There's the streaming side of my business. There's the video side of the business. Technically, that's 2 different departments because they both require different things. There is the network side of my business where I have all of my entertainment stuff on my network, my little enclosed network. And that's just my home labbing stuff. And now I am opening an investments side to it. Someone asked, Tape is asking if it's Pokemon cards. Yes, it is Pokemon cards. I will explain. All right, I've been on a bit of a Pokemon binge. Now, when I say I'm investing, I'm not really investing because I don't believe. Well, I will invest in some things when I have the ability to, but I'm not actively going to be like crazy people trying to invest all the time. Now, I should say, if you want to invest in Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, if that's worth investing in, you are more than welcome to, and I encourage you to make safe bets. You know, there's a lot of different things that you can invest your money in: the stock market, cryptocurrency, gold and silver. Now, obviously, this is not financial advice. However, I am just doing what I want. Am I scalping? No. Now, when I say I'm investing, what I am doing is I literally have, I mentioned this the other day, and I felt okay doing this because I paid my taxes, and my dentist stuff is thankfully taken care of. And by the way, I wanted to say thank you to everybody because last month, it genuinely did shock me how nice you guys were, and I will tell you that I will not squander that opportunity. The money that was the money that was contributed extra basically to what normally is flowing through the channel is going to go straight to the dentist stuff. And I deeply appreciate that. You guys have no idea how much that means to me. And I mean, part of the penance or reward, excuse me, it's penance for me, but it's a reward for you. Part of the reward is the shock collar. It comes around. Now, the shock collar won't come around on streams like this where I need to be serious and talk about things. But it will come around during, I think I'll probably do it during some reaction segments whenever I do them, because I'm reacting less and less, I'm noticing these days. And I will also do it during game nights. So whenever I have game nights or I do reactions, I will put the collar on and you guys can go to town. And if you haven't been around during those game nights, basically for $10, you get to do a 3-second shock to my right leg. So yeah, there you go. That is like your gift. And I am very grateful because like I try to pride myself as somebody that doesn't like to ask for help. And then my mom the other day was just like, well, Akko, I know that you've kind of got it together, but why don't you ask your audience? And I was like, I don't want to ask for help. She's like, if you don't like beg your audience all the time, like if you like just say, hey, if you want to help, you can, and then incentivize it by giving rewards, then you know, people can see a genuineness, you know. So I am going to do my best to take care of my teeth, the teeth after the fact. I'm going to do my best to take care of my health so that I don't act like some people on Twitter that, you know, are begging for their groceries to be paid all the time. What's considered e-begging? So I would say that, like, if you are a person that has an issue in your life and you're a streamer, and it's just like I have money, but I kind of need some help getting the rest of the way there. I feel like if somebody occasionally just says, hey, if you want to help, if you can help, you can. I don't have an issue with that. I typically think that's fine, especially like if somebody's got a very serious health illness, like cancer or a surgery. And technically my teeth would fall under that, I guess. I feel like that's fine. But if you're begging every single month for people to pay your rent, to buy your groceries, to fuel some sort of addiction of yours, that's begging. That's begging, and I will mock. I'm just telling you right now, that I will mock. But if somebody has like, if they rarely just have issues and they're just like, hey, I'm having an issue, that's different in my personal opinion. At least you aren't begging like DSP. But I would never, absolutely never. Really quickly, Dama, thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I saw that you and Mizu were streaming and talking about things today, so I hope you're having a good one. It becomes e-begging when it becomes a constant thing. Yeah, no, I will not. I will tell you right here, right now, I will not do that. All right? All right? I would rather try and find a better job than beg people, especially after how nice you guys have been. My plan is basic. I mean, like I said, the dental work that I need to get done immediately right now is good. It's paid for, basically. There is more work that has to be done later. However, it's not, one, it's not a priority, and two, it's not that big of a deal right now because it's the less serious of stuff, and that stuff I can pay down on my own over time based off of the savings that I know I'm going to get from my work and from doing YouTube stuff, you know? But yeah, I saw the Mario Galaxy movie today. I did too. I was like, you know what? It's Friday. I'm going to be busy on Saturday and Sunday, so let's see if we can see the movie today. Where did I put my water? I had my water over here, and I don't know where it is, and I'm upset because I need water. All I got is the rest of my movie theater drink. But yeah, I saw that today. I'm going to talk about that, chat. I'm going to review the movie because I want to. Anyway, scrolling back to Pokemon really quickly. In fact, I'll make this like the first thing I want to talk about because, you know, I feel like sometimes sharing my interests is okay with you guys. All right, I feel like you guys will. What the heck is that trying to show up on screen? Oh, I know what that is. Hold on, give me a moment. That is no, that is not that. That is that. There we go. So I feel like occasionally sharing my interests with you guys is fun. You know, I don't do it too often because I know a lot of people are here for the drama, not for me, and that's okay. But I like to share some stuff, and I know that you guys like to hear about my life occasionally, so we'll share. By the way, if you weren't here during the model reveal, this is the new Smug Yippee, all right, to go along with the new Opie Lolly model. So there's brand new emotes in the server, including this Yippee being unable to control herself, basically, with yipping. So if you want, by the way, join the Discord. Where's the Discord button? There's the Discord button. Join the Discord because you should. Here, I'm going to unmute the streamer alerts thing because I think we're done with all of the stuff. And I will read your thing, Alpha Chat, here in just a moment because I know it did not go through.
Taxes is theft indeed, but just to let you know, Canada has started to go door to door taking lawful and innocent citizens' guns away.
Really? That's horrible. I'm not really a fan of that. Okay, is it gonna play the landlord clip? Because it's not been playing the landlord clip, and I'm upset about that.
Keep in mind, this is
What the
MommaOcco's
fuck?
testimony, and the only thing I know is that she just gave me $20. So obviously,
Why is it not playing the other? It needs to play the
Good
landlord
evening,
one
Occo
too.
and chatters. Hope you all have a blessed Good Friday, Easter weekend. To our Jewish brothers and sisters, may you have a blessed Passover.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Thank you,
amen.
user, for the follow.
All right, maybe changing the super chat amount will change it. I don't know why it doesn't play the landlords anymore. It's just stuck on the Diorio clip. It's a really good, funny clip. But thank you, thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. Common Canuck, yes, pretty much. Although Canada might lose Alberta, which is funny. Because Alberta is thinking that they no longer want to be part of Canada. Which, if that happens, we will take Alberta. We'll kick out all of the bad people from Alberta. We'll make sure that in order to get in, they have to do a citizenship test of eating a cheeseburger with bacon. All right. And that'll kick out all the people that love the cows, and that'll kick out all the people that hate bacon. All right. That will do us good. I feel like we'll keep only the pure people that want to be Americans, basically. I think we'll be fine. I think that'll be fine. You know, we'll just slowly get in there and take out all of the. We'll make sure that they go to the other parts of Canada that absolutely wants them. Anyway, Alpha Chad says, genuinely surprised SideScrollers had Tectone on given his history and some of the accusations. We'll talk about that a little bit later because I've got my opinions for it, but that's deep into the stream. That's like the big topic of the stream, but we'll get into that a little bit later. First, let's talk about the card stuff. All right. So I've been collecting a little bit, not that much, because collecting Pokemon cards is kind of expensive now, chat. Unless you know where to go, and I kind of do know where to go, but you know, I can't do all the time. Like Mizu, I feel like has more opportunities to go to his local store and check out the machine that has the cards. I do not, because you know Mizu works more days out of the week than I do, and the places where I need to go are a lot further away. So I've had to get really lucky with collecting. And when I say investments, chat, and I don't have a picture for it, the Pokemon machine I have has given me 2 booster boxes. All right, I got one the other day that is Surging Sparks, and I have left that one sealed, and I'll get to why I've left it sealed in a moment. And then it gave me another one. I was just like, you know what? Screw it. We're just going to go over there. And because I'm slowly building up the new Pokemon set, or the new Pokemon thing, because I just want to open the new Pokemon set. Because I'm moving on from Surging Sparks, and I want to move on to the new Pokemon set just to collect it, you know? And when I was at the machine is like, hey, do you want to buy another booster box from the newest set? And I'm like, fuck, damn it. So, you know, at least I'm not paying scalped prices for it. You know, that's like my play money for like the next 2 months, basically, is because, you know, the booster boxes each, like MSRP is $150. But these machines are a little bit above that, so I paid like, I want to say 160, 170 for Surging Sparks, and like 150 to 160 for Perfect Order. So now I've collected those, and I'm like, all right, we're not gonna get anything new. We're gonna put all of the money for art that we were gonna get on the back burner for now, and I'm that's basically what I'm doing. And the reason why I'm doing it is because, and now, like I said, I'm keeping Surging Sparks sealed. The reason why I'm keeping it sealed is Surging Sparks, which is a set that I have been opening, is going out of print soon. And when a box goes out of print and they stop giving reprints of stuff, the price goes up if the box is good. Now, the box is, it's kind of eh. I've already gotten the second most expensive card from Surging Sparks, which is $200. The first expensive one is like $300 or $400. So it might go up in value, and I might be able to make some money off of it. But for right now, I'm going to follow the advice of a TCG YouTuber that I recently refollowed, and I'm just going to hold on to it. And if it doesn't raise any value, I'll just open it one day, you know? I'll just open it one day. But for now, it's sitting there as an investment. No matter what, I'm going to enjoy it, whether I resell it and somebody else can pull their own $200 card, or I just open it because I want to, you know, whatever. But anyway, I also wanted to show off, I got a new desk mat. The one that I currently have that is mine, it has my face on it, was a custom one that I had made a couple years ago, and I decided that I need to get it cleaned. But I wanted a new desk mat anyway, and so I bought one, and it came in today, and I really like this one. It's just a nice black mat, really nice, very clean, and this is what I'm gonna open cards on. I'm gonna open cards on this mat from now on instead of my my dingy desk, my dingy white desk. Basically, it also helps the cards to pop a little bit more. I feel like the cards pop a little bit more when they're on a nice black surface like this. So that's nice. That's really nice. Also, don't mind the wall. My landlord says that we have to repaint the wall. And so the room used to be cluttered, and I helped my landlord clean it. But this is my new shelf. I've been building shelves, chat, on with my 3D printer. These are actually 3D printed shelves right here. These are made out of 3D printed material, and I am now building my own shelves. These are, which is, you know, I'm going to be completely honest with you. There's a lot of stuff you can do with a 3D printer. Making shelves, not one that I thought I would admit that I could do. So what I've done here, and I'll actually zoom in on this. This is a custom display shelf that I built, that I 3D printed, and I've got these nice little cases that I bought. They're not like they're like PSA holding cases, and I've decided to just hold them on here. And I am probably going to fill this with full art cards and my 1 gold art card. But I'm probably going to replace these 3 bottom ones when I get other full art cards. These ones are nice, but I'm kind of addicted to these full art looks here. Like, really addicted. I like these a lot. They are very cool, very dope, and I like them. So I'm going to be replacing, eventually these ones are going to go back in my collector's box, and I'm going to replace them with these ones. By the way, besides my Latias, I think my next favorite card is this Psyduck right here. This Psyduck, it's real. I might have to show it next time I pull up the camera for pulling cards. But this is I really do love this art. It's a very good, like, when I think of art for Psyduck, I don't imagine a poor, helpless, psychic duck stuck in a world of pain and suffering, walking through a forest. It's just perfect. I really like this Psyduck card. I really, really do like it. I like the Poliwhirl one as well, and the Pawniard one. I like that one as well. But yeah, my goal is eventually to replace these with whatever full arts I get next time. And maybe the Charbug as well, but I really like that full art as well. But yeah, these 2 up here are definitely staying. Also, I don't get this. And again, I'm not going to sell my cards unless I feel like I absolutely need to, you know, for like, again, it's an investment that you sell the investment if you have to. It's like holding on to a stock, except this stock is pretty. This card right here is a golden card. You can only find these in 1 in 188 packs. I got lucky by pulling a random blind pack at the Pokestop. Got this. You would think that these cards are worth a lot, and because they're gold. This one is only worth like $20 because nobody likes Executor EX. Do I have Gardevoir cards? No. None of the sets well, okay, that's a lie. One of the sets I have opened has a Gardevoir in it, but I've not gotten lucky with it, and I'm not buying from that set anymore. The set I'm currently buying from does not have a Gardevoir in it either. So the next set that has Gardevoir, I'll be looking for a nice Gardevoir card because I would love to have a Gardevoir card. I would buy yellow plastic sleeves. They prevent sun bleaching. These are supposed to prevent like UV rays, and this is my bedroom, and I keep blackout curtains on, so you don't have to worry about them getting sun bleached because the only light in here is the light from my lamp, which I am going to change to an LED eventually, an LED lamp, because I feel like that would be better. But you don't have to worry about them getting bleached by the sun because they are in protective covers already, and I have blackout curtains, which actually improved my sleep quite a lot when I installed them. Quite a lot. Lamp bleached. Can that actually happen? Interesting. Anyway, the last thing I wanted to show from me before we jump into the real stuff here is I think I mentioned it, but I am working on getting together a gift for a family member. They've never played Pokemon, they've never collected Pokemon, But I asked their parent, I was like, hey, would they be down for this? I've got a lot of extras and I don't want to throw them away. I would rather give them to somebody that might actually enjoy collecting them. And they said yes. They said, sure, send them on over. That sounds awesome. So what I've done is this is what I've got together so far. I'm actually going to buy them some packs as well so that they can open them and experience the joy of opening packs as well. But what I did is I 3D printed. This is a custom Pokeball card box right here.
Oh, yeah,
oh gosh. Thank you for the 10.
I wish all the scalpers the worst. I tried getting back into collecting Pokemon cards just as everything hit the fan. I am not spending $60+ for a goddamned booster box.
You should not. You should not. Well, here's my recommendations for you. Right now, the most recent set, nobody is scalping it, or if they are, they're not going to make any money because the most expensive card in this most recent set is a Meowth EX, and I guess not a lot of people like Meowth EX. It's not pulling very hard. So if you want to get back into it, you should do it right now. And look on the Pokemon website where you can find Pokestops where you can buy cards. Because that is where I have been buying my cards. I have not been buying them from card stores. Well, actually, that's a lie. I went to one card store that was not scalping them. He only sold them for like $1 or $2 above the normal market rate. And that's what I did. So go to Pokestops. I've also been told that because this set is not as popular, a lot of stores are not losing all of their stock of Pokemon cards. And in fact, I went to my local Target. My local Target had packs on the shelves without any issues recently. So I would check Target. I would check Walmart. I'm trying to think. Any store that sells specialty stuff like that, just check them. Because this expansion, not getting scalped apparently. I can tell you the 30th anniversary stuff probably will. In fact, I can almost guarantee the 30th anniversary stuff definitely will. But you know, it's one of those things where it really sucks that people are doing that, and I definitely blame Logan Paul for part of that. In fact, I really blame Logan Paul for part of that. But you just got to be smart about where to find it and not let the scalpers win. Darsky, thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a good time. Card shops are fine too. Dude, card shops can be part of the problem. Some card shops are full of scalpers. Like, legitimately, some card shops are where some of the worst scalpers are. Where they do their own scalping and then sell it at ridiculous upmarked prices. It's kind of insane. 30th anniversary is $50 for 2 packs and 3 promo cards. Oh, I will try and get some of my own to open on camera. I told Mizu, well, actually, no. No, I told somebody else, but I'm going to tell Mizu, I was like, listen, Mizu, I'm going to have to get one of these to hold on to, and then I'm going to have to get some of these to open, because I want to. Because the 30th anniversary stuff, it looks beautiful, it looks Gucci, I love it. And I want one to not open, because again, you know, it's a little investment thing. Not to make money, not financial advice, but I want to get my own. And then I just want to open one. You know, just kind of like Stuttering Craig when he had a version of Concord that he wouldn't open and a version of Concord that he would open. Funny little segue. We're not going to segue to Craig just yet, but like that it was basically like Craig with Concord. He wanted a special edition, you know. I also wish the worst for the whatnot thing for all the card opening scammers and scalpers. You know, I don't really understand the card opening stuff. No, okay, I should say I do understand it, because there is a lot of like, there's a little bit of hype that comes from like, oh, this guy's opening card packs on camera and shipping them to people. That sounds lame, but unironically, there are a lot of people that pay for somebody else to do that for them, and there's a lot of hype behind it. I don't really get it. I won't ever ask somebody else to open cards for me, because I think that that's lame and gay. But like, that is something that people do, and people seem to get a lot of enjoyment out of somebody else doing it for them. I will recommend that. If I will tell you this, I have actually looked into this a little bit more, because I was like, what? How bad of a market is this? Here's what I'll tell you. I watched one streamer do it for like 30 minutes. They made a lot of money doing it. But they also are asking you to pay scalping prices for these card packs. Like, I saw one guy selling like one card pack, which is normally MSRP is $4.99. $4.99 for MSRP for one card pack. That's 10 cards. selling for $12 to $15. Okay, $12 to $15 for somebody else to open one pack of cards and then they ship it to you. Guys, that like you are at that point, you're paying for somebody, you're paying a premium, you're paying a premium price for someone else to give you your cards, and I think that's lame and gay. All right. I looked into it because I was like, this is really weird. This is really interesting. How much are these people actually making? They make a shit ton of money. Like, I was just like, how long? Like, there's no way people go all night. No, some of these people go all night. Like, I listened to 30 minutes and the guy would say, oh, by the way, guys, my queue right now is 30 people, 50 people. And I was like, how many people are paying for this right now? And on average, the guy was opening like 10 to 12 packs. And again, if a pack is like $12 to $15, now that's not every pack, because some packs that are older cost way more. Like if you go for the 151s, because 151 is like 5 or 6 years old at this point. No, that's way overdoing it. 151 is like 2 or 3 to 4 years. People would open 151 packs. They're like $50 each. And I would see people asking for like 10 to 20 packs. And I'm like, where the fuck is this money coming from? So, don't do that. Don't do that. You know, if you want to watch somebody open cards, you can. Don't pay somebody else to open cards for you. You know, I will open cards on my channel occasionally, but like, don't ever do that. That's just like insane. Promo cards in that collection can be good for a good amount. See, I don't want to sell them. All right. If I pull good cards, I'm not going to sell them. I just want to collect them and hold on to them and make my own collection. And you know what? A collection still is technically an investment. And if ever I want to sell them in the future, okay, sure. But right now, what I want to do is I want to collect them for me. I want to have nice looking things in my room for me. You know, I'm not going to spend $10,000 on pedophile art that pedophiles all buy and trade with each other. I'm just going to buy my own Pokemon art by different Pokemon artists. I'm going to fill out my collection of all 1,025 Pokemon, and then we're going to build our own little collection thing, you know? Speaking of which, I decided right now I am collecting all 1,025 Pokemon. I've got a binder that I am going to fill up. And then my next goal is I'm going to choose an artist that I really like from their long list of artists. And then I'm going to buy all of the cards that artist has done. Basically. That's my next goal. That is my next goal, is to buy all of the art that one particular artist has done. The what art? Okay, it is a conspiracy theory. All right? It is a conspiracy theory. But what I'm mostly talking about is how, what was it? In Epstein's house, how Epstein had really weird art that was like teetering on very weird places. That's what I'm talking. That was like, I don't know why, but that was the first thing that came to my mind. All right. Is weird art that Epstein bought that like had weird characters of different people and kids on it. So, that's what I mean. But yeah, I don't want to buy super duper expensive art. I want to buy Pokemon cards with art on them. Now, some of those will still probably be expensive. Like the Wonder Bread Man art. I don't think that guy did pedophile shit last I checked, but I don't actually know that for sure, so I'm not going to say. The progenitor of the Necrons? Yes. Anyway, last little thing, and I promise, last little thing for me, and then we'll get started. But yeah, so to go back to what I was saying earlier, I'm working on this. It's for that family member. I've put a lot of my common stuff that I have as repeats. I also put some of my repeat hollows and reverse hollows in there. And on the bottom there are some card sleeves I'm giving, but on the bottom there, so like I showed earlier, guys, I have the Latias EX full art hollow from Surging Sparks, but I also have the normal version. I have the normal version of Latias EX, and I was like, I'm gonna give that to them. You know, I already have the $200 card. I'm gonna give them the normal version of that card to put in their collection. Just say, hey, here's this, enjoy it. I have another version of it, and I'm giving it to them in one of my special cases that I bought, and I basically want to inspire this family member to feel the thrill of being a collector, collecting something. Because as far as I know, as far as I remember, what I know is they collect books. They really love to read and really love to go after books and reading all day. But I want to give them something like this to really enjoy. And I think that they're going to be excited for it. So they have no idea it's coming. My family member that is their parent knows it's coming. And I think that they're going to enjoy it, you know?
Obviously, Occo is a bad example because it's a lost cause.
Thank you.
Hey Occo, Noor here. Nice to see ya guys. I clicked on so quickly the moment SideScrollers was mentioned.
Well,
I mogged them so hard.
okay.
Open mouth smile.
Thank you for the 5. Also, Artemis, thank you for the 199. Someone else opening your pack sounds cucky. It just sounds like a waste to me, in my personal opinion. Anyway, do you guys want me to talk about SideScrollers first, or do you want me to get to the other stuff I have? I kind of wanted to read some of the other stuff I had first, but tell me where your guys' minds are at, because I have a lot of random stuff tonight, including VTuber stuff, technology-based stuff. I want to talk about some AI stuff. I also wanted to talk about a brand new lolcow that's also a VTuber or a PTuber. So I was thinking, let's cover some other stuff, and then we'll get to the SideScroller stuff a little bit later. But thank you, Noor, for the 5. I appreciate that. Somebody asked if they can see the Latias X. I'm not going to bring up my camera for it. Also, it's on my shelf, and I don't want to disturb it. But here, let me open this up. So this is the Latias X right here. I'll actually scroll over. This is my Latias X. It is a full art hollow version. It is ungraded, I believe, 150. And if it is a PSA 10, it is I believe like $300. I don't actually. The thing is, I'm not really caring about the price of it. All I know is it's like a $200 card. But if it's graded fully and it's a 10, it's like worth way more. You know. So yeah, this is my first and I think only time I've pulled a card. Actually, no, that's not true. Oh my gosh, that's not true. Okay, I need my water. Where's my water? Hold on. Found it. Found my water. This is not the first time I've pulled an absolutely busted card. Back when I played Magic, I pulled a card. So there is a Magic set called... Oh, fuck, what was it? It's not Unchained, but it's just like Magic had a joke set back in the 90s. Then they came with a second joke set. And then in the late 2010s, they had a third joke set. And I was like, the joke sets were really cool, all right? They were really, really, really cool. In fact, I'm going to... Let me find the card. And so I decided to go in on the card go in on the set because I thought it was neat. And so, oh, that's a very blurry version of that. Let me see if I can get the non-blurry version. And so I went to the opening night, like back before COVID ruined everything. I went to a TCG store to go and open Unhinged. Yes, it was Unhinged and Unglued. I believe it was a different named set though. But I wanted to go to the opening of this because I actually really liked it. And this is back when I had no debt. I had no issues. My teeth were pretty. I used to do when I was doing security, and I was doing me basically. I was living the single man life. I mean, still living the single man life, but I'm like I was living the single life with a lot of money basically. And I was like, I went to the TCG store owner. I was like, give me one booster box, and I'm gonna open it here in the store. And unironically, I pulled this card. I pulled this card in the store. And everybody, because like there's a lot of hype and thrill around opening packs of cards in stores. Like if you open a rare card in the store owner's like, whoa, buddy. And then they'll ask you if you want to sell it to them for basically like 80 or 90% of its original value for store credit. And I pulled this basically. So I went in on the night that this set opened, and I pulled this. Store owner looked at me and said, "I'll give you another box if you sell me that." Like, literally, he was literally like, "I will give you another full 36-pack box for just this card." Is that even legal? No. So here's the thing. This joke set was only legal for the set that it was in. When this set came out, it was only legal for the 3 months that it existed. And because it was a silver border, after it passed, you could not play it anymore in tournament formats. So it was a rare occasion where Magic is like, yeah, we're gonna print a new joke set, and you guys are gonna play it in a tournament, basically. But like, I remember I pulled it, and he's like, "You want to sell that to me?" I didn't sell it to him. I kept it. Just so you know, I kept it. Now, I should say, by the way, not only, and I'm trying to remember if this is how it worked. Not only, chat, was it the normal version of this card, because Magic cards can be hollow and normal. I got the hollow version of the card. That's why he wanted to give me a whole box, because I didn't just get the non-hollow version. I got the hollow version, because the non-hollow version, if I remember correctly, was like $20 probably. All right. I'm a Timmy guy myself. Oh, don't be a Timmy guy, my man. You gotta be an alpha investor here. All right. But I got the hollow version of this card, which is why it was so crazy and so insane. I looked back today. This card is like worth 50 cents now. This card's worth 50 cents. And I still have it. Because I was like, fuck you, world. This is a cool card. I love it. What is the odds of getting that pull? Well, so you have to imagine. Now, again, I don't really... It's been a while since I played Magic, all right? I don't own any, like... Well, okay, that's a lie, too. I have... one complete set of Magic cards that I built over time because I wanted to just have a complete set of Magic cards because I thought that was cool. And then I have some random other stuff. I have decks as well, but I stopped playing Magic and I stopped collecting. Basically after Hour of Devastation. No, it was after the set after Hour of Devastation. I stopped playing Magic basically. But yeah, this is the second most expensive card I have ever pulled out of a card game, basically. Why you don't leave MTG in storage? Too many meta shifts. Well, again, this thing was you could not play this. It is tournament illegal, basically, outside of the format it was in. So it didn't really matter. After the format went and left, I was expecting it was going to lose its value. And guess what? It did. It did. So, but it was cool to pull. It was a fun night. I still remember that night. Again, I liked the card shop owner. He and I were friends. And he told me like when stuff was coming and what to expect. And it was really fun to like take the bus, go to the card shop, open up a deck, not a deck, open up packs of cards. You know, it was a rare time where I was like, give me the whole box. I'll buy a whole fucking box from you. And you know, I was like, I'll be happy if I get the normal version of this card. Ended up just getting like this. It's too problematic. Well, dude, this card could not be in normal life, because if you put this card in any other format, it is broken as hell. Like I'll explain it. So if you pay 4 mana, you can choose a card from outside the game that has been banned or restricted in constructed format, show it, and put it in your hand. So let's just say you have yourself a Black Lotus, which is a $10,000 Magic card because it's not reprintable anymore. Unless you're from the 30th anniversary edition, I guess. You can take a Black Lotus and say, I'm going to play this, and then put it on the deck. That is literally absolutely insane. You shouldn't be allowed to do that in normal constructed format. That's why this card doesn't exist. Did the Quartering make a video ranting about this card? I have no idea. If you share that video with me, I will add it to the react pile because that sounds absolutely amazing. I have something on the quartering, by the way, that we'll talk about. But yeah, so let me go back. Latias X was my most expensive card that I've ever pulled. I'm very proud that I got it, especially since I didn't even know it was expensive. And then this one. Both my two pride and joys of cards that I like enjoy having. It's like very cool for me. Anyway. I will get off of my personal self tangent right now, chat. We'll move on to more crazy fun stuff. He was triggered that a tournament grinder was a woman. Please send me that video. I will add that to the pool for tonight. I want to please find that video and I will watch it tonight. Oh, I want to see that video so bad. I need it. I need it. Please. I need that. Put a Pokemon card dump in your Discord. I'll take some pictures for the Discord, sure. I want to take some pictures of my my collection that I'm doing of all of the Pokemon in the decks. I'll do that eventually. But yeah, please find that video. If you find the video, I will react to it because that sounds fucking amazing. And yes, I do have a quartering segment for tonight. Okay. Let's see here. I am actually going to pass on the VTuber news for now. If I don't get to it tonight, VTuber news will cover tomorrow. But I got a lot of VTuber news that we'll cover tomorrow. Let's start off with something that I also can rant about for a moment. And that is the Mario movie. All right. I did see this movie today. I was like, you know what? My day off. Let's go see the movie today. And like I said, I'm going to be busy tomorrow and Sunday, so I can't really go see this movie tomorrow or Sunday. But I went to go see the Mario movie. If you have seen the Mario movie, by the way, chat, please tell me what you think of it. All right? Avoid spoilers. I will not be spoiling the movie. To the best of my abilities, I will not be spoiling. I will basically be giving you all of the information that is seen in the trailers. I promise you, I will not be spoiling the movie. All right, I'm not gonna give you spoilers. I'm just gonna talk about the basics and the stuff that you see from the trailers. All right, I promise. What are the odds we both went to the movies for this? That would be funny. Need to see it. Fair. 6 out of 10. I don't know. Okay, so I gave it an 8 out of 10. I gave it an 8 out of 10. All right. All I will again, without spoiling the movie, no spoilers for the movie. You get basically what you are paying for, and you get what's basically on the box. The movie is called Mario Galaxy. It is literally Mario Galaxy. Like, if you are looking for a movie that follows, and I'm saying that with quotation marks, the Mario Galaxy game, you're gonna get that basically. It also adds, I'm sure a lot of people have seen the trailers and seen some of the promotional stuff for the movie. It follows a lot of the stuff from multiple games. Obviously, there are some Easter eggs from obviously Galaxy is in there. Fuck, what is the most recent 3D Mario game? I'll say this. There was Mario 2. I saw references to Mario 2 in there. I saw references to Mario World in there. There were references to a lot of other niche Mario titles. There are references to Odyssey. Yeah, there's Odyssey in there. I mean, like, that's kind of a given because when they reveal Yoshi's in there, it's kind of like a given that you kind of know that that's in there. But they have a lot of stuff in there. Nintendo Multiverse. Yeah, now, I again, this isn't a spoiler because I'm going to be honest, this should have been a spoiler. This should have been something that you didn't know was going to be in the movie. I don't know why they put it in the movie or as a reveal, but they did. But Fox McCloud is in the movie. They just put up a promotional image of Fox McCloud, and I was like, okay, I guess we're going that way then. So they put Fox McCloud in the movie. Not gonna say how he is in the movie, but they put Fox in the movie, which opens a lot of interesting doors. It opens quite a lot of interesting doors, in my personal opinion. It allows for a lot of very cool and interesting plot threads to happen. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I can kind of see where they might want to go with this, and I think I'm okay with it, you know, as long as they do it right. You know, if they want to do the Smash cinematic universe with this, again, basing this purely off of the trailer, if they want to go the Smash cinematic universe, okay, sounds good to me. Smash Bros. Movie. Yeah, I don't know how they would do a Smash Bros. Movie. They currently need to make a couple other movies first in order for that to happen. But they're setting the stage for a couple of things, in my personal opinion, if that's the way they want to go, you know? Yeah, there was references and there was scenes that felt like it came out of Mario 2, Mario World, Odyssey, obviously, kind of Sunshine. I mean, like, here's the thing. Bowser Jr. came originally from Sunshine, so it's kind of hard to not say that Sunshine is referenced because that's the debut game of literally one of the most iconic villains of the Mario universe. So technically, Mario Sunshine, even though Mario doesn't go on vacation. Obviously, Galaxy 1 and 2, you know, there's a lot of good stuff. And so, yeah, here's what I will say. A lot of people are complaining about this movie for different reasons. Some people have said that they wish the story was better. I kind of agree. Kind of. My opinion is that it's simple enough and follows along enough the Mario Galaxy plot that I'm fine with it. I feel like there could have been a little bit more cohesiveness with the plot to where it felt like it flowed better. Because, like, there were some points where it's like, we got to go really slow here. And there are some points where it's just like, we got to zip, snap, fast, right through all these references to the Mario universe. You know? But I would say that it is a pretty good movie overall. I gave this movie an 8 out of 10, you know? Some people say they like the first movie better. I would say that I myself also like the first movie just a little bit more. But I definitely feel like this movie still does a good job. I would say that if you want a decent sequel to the Mario movie, this fits. All right? This fits as a decent sequel to the Mario movie. All right? Again, if you're looking for Mario Galaxy, you're going to get that in this movie. If you're looking for a perfect story, I don't know. It's kind of It's kind of pacing signature of a kid's movie. I mean, that's true, but here's my problem. You can do a kid's movie and still have a good pace. There's a lot of great children's movies and children's media that has fantastic pacing, and it's made for kids, and adults can love it too because of how good it is, you know? So I don't really like the whole, oh, it's a kid's movie excuse, which is why I do judge kids movies kind of harshly, because if you can make a kids movie that flows well and does well, that's the mark of a really good movie. I'm not going to say that the Mario movie really sucks in that regard because the flow kind of suffers sometimes. I still think it's a good movie. Like, legitimately, I think it's a good movie, you know? And I think that if you want to see it, go see it, you know? For some reason, though, the left is really upset with this movie. If you want to look at critics for this movie, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 42. IMDb gave it a 6.7, and I don't know what this third one is, but they gave it a 3.2 out of 5. However, the verified score, I believe, from audiences gave it a 92, which is only slightly below the Mario Brothers movie, which gave it a 95. So it did do well with audiences, but reviewers, and I guess some people on the left are pissed off with this movie. I don't understand why. But this tweet kind of encapsulates why some people are quote-unquote upset with it. Protagonist is male. There's no black... No, okay. Yes, there are no black people in this movie. Like, there's no, like, humans that are black in this movie. I don't know if that counts as a spoiler. Spoiler, there's no black people. No black humans. But there's plenty of black voice actors that do a pretty good job in this movie. I don't know. There's a lot of good voice actors in this movie, or just stars in general that know how to voice act, that are black, that are in this movie. You know, I think that it's pretty good, in my personal opinion. So I don't really, if that's like legitimately, if that is a merit where some people are actually upset with this movie, like legitimately, I don't know if people are actually upset with that, but if people are legitimately upset with that, I think that's retarded. I legitimately think that is absolutely fucking retarded. All right? Just, if that's like a indication for a movie not doing good, which I know for some award shows in Hollywood that is, I think you're retarded. All right? Literally. Please don't spoil the end credit scenes as well. I would appreciate that. Bullet Bill and Chain Chomp. You're funny. Oh, goodness. But it also brings up there are no homosexuals. This is true. However, there is a Kotaku article here that wants you to think that Bowser is bisexual. We are going to read this, by the way. I'm going to force all of you to listen to this article, all right? Through my lips, I'm going to read this, and you all have to hear this. Period. This is absolute garbage. I have briefly read this, and my brain was shutting down when I read it. But people are now claiming that Bowser is bisexual. And I disagree. Like, there are, like, I will say, this isn't really spoilers. There are moments where Bowser, like, hugs people that are also men in the movie. And, like, because Bowser gives a hug to another guy in a movie, he's gay. Is what I'm assuming that the point is going to be. That's what I am assuming the point is going to be. But the other thing on here is the main romance is heterosexual. And okay, whatever. Anyway, let's read through this. Let's read through this here. We're just going to go through this. This is by, who wrote this article? This is by Kenneth Shepard of Kotaku. No idea who this guy is. Bowser literally has several children. Yeah. Mario does say so long, gay Bowser. Very true. In a Super Mario 64 boss battle, Mario the super strong plumber tosses Bowser a giant turtle dragon in a series of bombs to do damage to him. When he spins and throws his foe into explosive, he yells something that fans have misheard for decades as so long as, quote, so long gay Bowser, unquote.
Because it's a lost cause.
I guess they would be correct if we count Bowsette. Sep.
But Bowsette is not canon. And we know Bowsette's not canon, but that would be funny. Former Mario voice actor Charles Martinet has since clarified that the line is actually so long, King Bowser, but the character's heavy Italian accent plus Nintendo 64's compressed sound output made it sound like Mario was claiming Bowser's flames came from somewhere other than his fire breathing. I hate this already. Super Mario Galaxy movie is a 98-minute barrage of references to Mario history, and while it was absolutely not Illumination's intention, I'm choosing to believe that Bowser giving Mario a sloppy wet kiss is a reference to this 30-year-old meme, and am prepared to dig my heels in on the claim that Bowser is absolutely a pendulum swinging both ways. I'm sure some conservative parent was miffed that Bowser kissed Mario, but I was not mad because it gives me and all the other bisexual Bowser truthers ammunition. This guy is absolutely fucking retarded. This Can Kotaku please go defunct already and, like, close its doors? Or can Trump buy Kotaku? I'd be fine if Trump bought Kotaku so all these people would quit. That's a spoiler. Okay. Bowser gives Mario a hug and a kiss. All right? I'm not going to mention why, but he does. That's not like a... it's not really a big... I don't really feel like that's a very big spoiler here, in my personal opinion. That's just a one, you know, I don't know. Was this published on April 1st? No, this is on April 3rd. I am not going to show that image because that is a spoiler. Obviously, Bowser's got the hots for Peach. That's been proven time and time again, and he's attempted to woo her over the years in games and movies. But what is heterosexual explanation for this piece of artwork? And I am not going to show the piece of artwork, but basically, in the piece of artwork, Bowser is... because Bowser draws art in the movie, as you guys could see. But there is an image where Bowser has people around him, and he also has another man around him for some reason, I guess. I guess it's I don't know. I don't know. I just think that that's dumb. I think the hug was in one of the trailers. Well, I can't remember, but it probably was. In the movie, Bowser's been shrunken down to size, so he can't hurt anyone, which was in the trailer. Mario and Peach aren't so cruel that they wouldn't give the villain a nice place to live. His little prison house is downright cozy. My guy has taken up art as a new hobby, and when he's not painting himself ripped with Peach by his side or painting his arch nemesis as a skeleton, he's painting himself being worshipped by men and women. Oh, fucking hell. Oh my gosh. Though Bowser may plant one on Mario, Nintendo and Illumination probably knew better than to have him kiss Luigi, considering the small but very loud and passionate fans who have shipped the two for years. Who the fuck is shipping Luigi and Bowser? That is retarded. That is retarded. Oh my gosh. They were already playing with fire with that scene in the first movie in which Bowser interrogates Luigi while twirling his mustache. And making Bowser give Luigi a smooch would send fans, including myself, into overdrive. Forbidden romance, while Luigi's disapproving older brother eventually comes around because Bowser makes Luigi happy. Tell me you don't see the vision! Are you kidding me? You see the thing where they replaced Peach with Chibidoki? I did. That was really fun. It was really funny. Bowser doesn't kiss Luigi in the movie. Their love glances and closeness are giving the Bow-Luigi shippers... That's so gay! That is so fucking gay. Oh my gosh. This is... Number one, this is a kid's movie. Number two, are bros not allowed to be bros anymore? Like, legitimately, can bros not be bros? There are gonna be times where bros can get close and they are just fucking bros. All right? I'm not gonna spoil the movie, but there are bro moments in this movie. Is Bowser not allowed to have a bro moment? I'm confused here. I guess if you have any moments where you're just like, hey man, I just want to say, I think you're cool. And I think that I can get in touch with my feelings to say that I moved past my aggression. I guess that's gay. I guess that's that's just gay now, I guess. All right, I think that's absolutely fucking retarded. Italians are a little gay? I guess so. I guess so. They finish off the article by saying Bowser will never stop chasing after Peach, but maybe he should consider chasing after someone who seems more open to the idea, like Luigi. I don't think this is a spoiler, but I'm pretty sure Luigi's not into Bowser. I'm just going to tell you. Luigi is very open to another kind of person. Just going to say. You know, and that's just kind of like part of the lore of the Luigi verse.
Instead of going for the fan-made Bowsette, the author of this article goes for Bowser. Author isn't just a scaly, they're a Fujoshi scaly shipper. Absolutely pathetic.
True. Isn't Luigi betrothed to Daisy? Daisy doesn't exist in this movie. I don't know what you're talking about. So, he doesn't even know who Daisy is by this point. Just make a third movie rom-com about them Illumination, then you make $2 billion at the box office instead of a measly $1 billion. If they do that, Nintendo will fucking take them out. All right, they will take them fucking out. That is so dumb.
As a Tolkien fan, I can tell you that shipping communities are an absolute cancer. Platonic relationships are a foreign concept to them.
This guy, okay, so I'm looking at this guy and how many articles he's written. He writes a lot of Mario articles, I'll say that. A lot of Mario articles. No, yeah, he like, what the fuck? He publishes multiple articles every single day. Here, chat. Here, let me show you this here. How many articles did he write today? He wrote 3 articles today. 2 of them were about the Mario movie. One of them was about Sony. And then yesterday he wrote 4 articles in one day. This man asking AI to do it for him? What the fuck? See his mugshot? Oh, his mugshot's right here. This is what he looks like. Obviously, don't bother this man. Don't go harass this man. This guy is saying that he's gay. Okay, my man, you can be gay. I don't care. All right. Oh, I guess there's a reference to No Kings. Oh my god, this guy. This is a politislup Kotaku writer. I hate it. I don't want to look at this anymore. This is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Absolutely fucking horrible. Did this movie have an after credit scene? Yes, I will say that there was after credit scenes. There's 2. There are 2 after credit scenes. You should stay for the end of the movie. He's pumping out the Klopp articles. Yes, pretty much. Anyway, there were some memes that spawned from this, including some other drama. So I'm going to show you some of that. It includes this one right here, where this person decided to translate from Portuguese. I don't know if this is new or if this is old, but this guy shows a comic where Mario says "So long, gay Bowser," and then Bowser says, "Mario, I'm bisexual," and then Mario says, "Bye bye." That's pretty funny. I like that. I think that's really funny. Actually, Mario, I'm bisexual. Bye bye. I love that. It's pretty good. Oh goodness. A lot of people have been like, "Oh, this movie's woke." Some people think the movie's woke, and then some people are just like, "Bro, this is literally a kids movie." You know, they bring up Birdo, which I mean, everybody knew that Birdo was going to be in this movie as well, so that's not like a big deal. And I don't remember what the exact original thing was, but everybody says Birdo is trans. That is not true. I am pretty sure the Birdo thing is a mistranslation of the original text, and so Birdo is not trans. Like legitimately, Birdo is not trans. All right. And then they're talking about yaoi flirting. That I don't. This doesn't count. I'm sorry, my man. It just don't count. Birdo is retconned to be female or a mistranslation. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. There was also... See, I'm just showing you some of the dumb, stupid, funny memes that people have been doing. This guy says, "Movie's peak, I loved it." And Mario's like, "This movie was trash, I hated it." And then horrible meme. There's also this New York Post article here. Chat, do you want to be bothered by a New York Post article? Here, we're going to open this up. Actually, is it this one? No, we'll get to that. Oh, fuck. I don't want to spoil you guys. Fuck. I don't want to spoil you. Pretend you didn't see that. So, the New York Post says that the newest Mario movie will make $1 billion. And it sucks. And he gave it a 1 out of 4 stars! Oh my gosh. All right, let's see what this guy has to say. I didn't actually read this one here. In a perfect world, fed up audiences would say, "Let's go see something else." The Mario Galaxy movie, the exhausting sequel to the 2023 Super Mario Bros. Movie, will make $1 billion just like its awful predecessor. Oh man, somebody don't tell Movie Bob about this guy. That's what brings me agony is unfortunately hugely profitable. Apparently, it doesn't matter that at all that Mario, Luigi, and Peach do for a screeching hour and 40 minutes is partake in a tedious chain of overlong chasing and fight scenes. Who cares that the celebrity voice actors from the likes of Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, Anna Taylor-Joy, Keegan-Michael Key, and Brie Larson is so flavorless, the actors somehow sound like neither of their characters nor themselves. That's not true. I think that they did a pretty decent job, including Brie Larson. Brie Larson did a good job. Chat, I think it's time that the quartering lets Brie Larson out of the Brie Larson shed. All right, I think Brie Larson has learned her lesson. Maybe she's learned her lesson. She did a decent enough job. I haven't heard anybody whining or complaining about her recently, so I'm going to assume that she's kept her mouth shut and just shut up and drove, basically. So she did a good job, is all I'm gonna say. I think that like you can still dislike her for the past, but if she is not being retarded and political now, just let the actor do the actor's job. Brie Larson is also a massive Mario fangirl. Yes, she is. That's why I think she did a decent job, because she actually likes the franchise she was in for once. So, you know, I think she did a decent job. At the very least, I think she did a decent job with the voice acting. So, why harp on there? The barely comprehensible plot, which I won't say. What if someone named Princess Rosalina has no traits, is... well, okay, this is just lore from the Mario world. What if someone named Princess Rosalina is inexplicably the mother to hundreds of thousands of talking Lumas? Why dwell on the feeble villainy of Baby Bowser, an annoying little rascal who kidnaps the princess? Yes. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not trying to spoil the movie by reading this man's reply here, but he's just upset with the plot here. And I think, again, the plot is not, like, 100% strong. Like, obviously, compared to the first movie, where the plot was pretty straightforward, this guy is, like, complaining that the plot is not, like, a 10 out of 10. I'm sorry. The movie is all right, though. The movie has a good amount of nostalgia, and I think this man is just complaining.
Been a good actor. Captain Marvel was just terribly written.
Captain Marvel was terribly written, and she was horrible during Captain Marvel. Okay, I think that she was just horrible during Captain Marvel. God forbid women be feminine. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, this guy's complaining that the movie sucks. I don't think you see the Mario movie for the plot. Okay, so here's the thing that I think a lot of people need to understand. Mario movies. Mario games, unless you're playing an RPG, they don't have plot, all right? The plot literally is as simple as bad guy A is kidnapping victim A, and hero A has to go rescue them. And occasionally bad guy B is actually the true bad guy, and bad guy A has to help you fight and stop bad guy B. That is literally every single Mario game outside of the RPG series. Like, literally. So when it comes to making a plot for video games that have no plot, what are you to do? What can you do? You know? It's kind of hard, in my personal opinion. Like, you have to make something basic. In the first Mario movie, it was basic. Mario has to go rescue the princess. I mean, that's the plot of every single Mario game, basically. So that's an easy thing to follow. You just have to slot shit in between. For the Mario Galaxy movie, the plot is also pretty simple. It's a little wonky because of the deviations they chose to make from the original game, but it is still good enough. Hirohei appears in Mario. I didn't know that. I did not know that, actually. You want a good story? The Paper Mario games? No, yeah. The Paper Mario games are pretty good. I also really like Super Paper Mario. Super Paper Mario had a pretty good, compelling story, in my personal opinion. I know a lot of people don't like Super Paper Mario. I liked Super Paper Mario. It was actually a favorite of mine. So, yeah. But anyway, I don't want to read the rest of this article because I don't want to spoil the plot, but this guy's just being a negative Nancy. I still think that the movie is an 8 out of 10, in my personal opinion. I think that it did pretty good. And I think that you should go see it. You know, don't listen to these dumb, journalists. Go actually see the movie for yourself, okay? Princess Peach game had a Princess Peach fight with her emotions. Yeah, that one was pretty funny. That was a good movie. Or game. I would love to see a movie where Princess Peach has to fight with her emotions. That would be pretty good. Super Paper Mario is underrated. No, I agree. I love Super Paper Mario. If I could play that on my Steam Deck sometime, I would, because I don't know how you would do that, because it does require a lot of motion controls. But like Super Paper Mario was unironically it is a favorite of mine. I loved the story. I love how you played. I love discovering stuff. It was great. Fantastic. Anyway. That's basically everything I have for the Mario movie. But there was some drama that spawned out of this. Now this is the one time I am giving you a spoiler warning. All right? Spoiler warning. If you do not want to be spoiled for this critical part in the movie, mute the audio for the next 2 minutes. All right? Starting right now, mute the audio for the next 2 minutes. Right now. All right? All right. So, spoiler alert. In the movie, they reveal that Peach and Rosalina are sisters. They are sisters. They basically say Rosalina and Peach are sisters. That is the lore that Shigeru Miyamoto has decided to attach to the movie. And you know what? Okay, that's fine. I don't care. I think a lot of people kind of figured that they were going to be sisters or Rosalina was going to be the mother. God only knows what some people have thought. But that puts a kink into a lot of people's plans here. All right? Because a lot of people have shipped Rosalina and Peach for years. For years. Okay? And a lot of people on Twitter were like, fuck, my ship is now incest. My ship is now lesbian incest. That's what everybody was saying. Including this guy who, I was scrolling for people's opinions on this. I don't know what to do with this community note. I don't know. This was not something I expected to see on a tweet about now that it is lesbian incest. I guess this guy, like, I read this Google Doc. I'm not going to read it to you guys because there is some crazy shit in it. But this guy is allegedly a pedophile. And he tries to break back in whenever something happens and people community note him saying this guy is a pedophile. Yeah, that's not what I expected. That's definitely not what I expected. I am not going to read it, by the way. Like I said, I glanced through it. I have not gone through the entire thing. I don't know if there is porn in it or if there is explicit images in it that are not censored. But yeah, this guy is allegedly a predator. And whenever there is an opportunity, he tries to break back in by drawing art, and people say, ew. I went from 0 to 100 real quick. I know! I was like, what the fuck? I was so confused. Anyway, that's it. Spoilers over. You can unmute now. You can unmute now. Friendly reminder, Daisy and Peach are actually cousins. Yes. They don't talk about that in the movie, but yes. Yes. Pretty much. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because, like, when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck is that community note? What the hell? I was like, oh man, I was like, I legitimately was taken aback for a moment. I was taken aback for a moment, chat. I'm gonna be real with you. Now, we're going to transition, chat. We're done with Mario. We are done with Mario. We're going to transition from Mario into something. Listen. Pretty soon, chat. All right? Pretty soon, it is going to be Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Okay? It is soon going to be Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And sometimes I feel like we need to focus on the men. Okay? So, chat, let's talk about the fact that,
Oh my god, she's got milkers!
thank you.
I guess cannon will always destroy a ship.
I guess so, yeah. Let's talk about how apparently a bunch of scientists figured out that men have a different G-spot than originally thought. I'm gonna let that sink in for a moment. Okay. Now, I'm gonna have to obviously censor a little bit, and I am gonna be very careful with what I show in this article because this article decided to be very liberal with some of the images it attached. But allegedly, well, not allegedly, I guess this was conducted in a study. Is the side-scrollers topic done? No. We're getting to that after we're done with the miscellaneous news. We're getting to the side-scrollers, all right? But I guess a study was done, and people figured out that on uncircumcised men, there is a spot on the male parts right below the head. It's like a triangle, all right? Again, I'm speaking in code. We're all adults here. If you're not an adult, go the fuck away. I don't want you here. But we're all adults here. So all of you should know what I'm talking about right now. All of you took anatomy. All of you should know what I'm referencing right now, okay? But right below the head of the parts, again, this only exists if you're uncircumcised. They have discovered that men have another, or not another G-spot, that is the G-spot, basically. And that apparently the G-spot that people have been told for years that is up the men's bum, that is not our G-spot. That is, according to this study, the prostate is not the men's button, basically. I don't know how Kirsch spoke in code. I didn't watch Kirsch talk about this. I don't know how she spoke in code about this. I imagine she lost her mind talking about this. But I'm not gonna read this article. I've basically explained the entirety of this article to you. All I am interested in is the meme. Pegging was a psyop. A lot of people are now saying that being pegged was a psyop. Yes. A lot of people are saying that if you get fingered as a man, that you are literally just gay. Literally. You are literally just gay now if you like the prostate rubbing. Basically. That's basically what people are saying now, is if you do, you are just gay. Yaoi hentai's a lie. Yes. But the funny thing that people are revealing is that because only uncircumcised people can feel this, people are now saying they took their G-spot from you. Because it apparently can be damaged with circumcision. The intense Peggle run is patched, I guess. So... there might be truth to that. Can I get a link to the article? Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Here. There you go. Enjoy. So yeah, I the juice so much. Oh, Chad, you can't go saying that now. Can't. Generational robbery. I guess that's why Ben is in a mood. No! Can't have shit in this world. They took my G-spot. Exactly. What does that say about men after the exam? Oh, that means you gay. So, chat, I'm not asking you to self-report here. Thank you, Espiritu, for self-reporting. You don't need to self-report, but if you still got your foreskin, I guess you got your G-spot. Find yourself a woman to experiment with today. And if you're Jewish, well, you got fucked. I got good news for you. You gay, exactly. Oh, goodness, fuck, man. Alright. What the fuck is this? Oh, no, I don't know why. I had that pulled up for something else. We'll talk about VTuber stuff tomorrow. Because I got VTuber stuff. So this is more of a service announcement for all of you. If you use Crunchyroll, change your password again. All right, literally change your password. There was a massive breach with Crunchyroll recently, and it was revealed that the user data was leaked, and somebody bought all of that information already. So that information is going to end up on the dark web. Good. I don't use Crunchyroll, so I'm not worried about that. Granted, I'm probably in some kind of data leak already because I just use the internet. But if you use Crunchyroll, change your password. Okay? Change your fucking password. Okay? Because this is I mean, I am glad to have this amount of transparency where you get to hear about this, but this is kind of crazy in my personal opinion. You know, if you want my personal opinion though, I don't even use Crunchyroll. If I want to watch an anime, I just ask Mizu to help me watch it, you know. But you know, if you do use Crunchyroll, and I know some people that still do, change your password. Okay? Change your password. Change your password. Change your password. All right. All right. If you are here for SideScrollers, we'll be talking about it right now. We'll be talking about it right now. All right? If that's what you're here for, that's going on right now. Okay? So, is that the picture I want? No. Yeah, that's the picture I want. All right. So, chat, just to let you guys know, while talking about SideScrollers, you should know that I have a bit of a bias for Stuttering Craig and Blabs and Phoenix. You know, I like them. They are cool people. They've been very nice to me. A lot of people aren't very nice to me because I talk about drama. They have been nice to me, and I deeply appreciate that. Okay? So I just figured you should know where kind of like my bias lies. I consider... I don't really consider many people on the internet friends, but I consider Stuttering Craig a good guy, you know? And my hope is that, you know, if the opportunities are right, I'm able to contribute to whatever he does. Because he's cool, you know? I say this because I have no pleasure in the things that I'm about to talk about. But there is quite a lot of silver lining in it, which does make it easier to talk about. I will tell you right now, I probably would have had a lot shorter stuff to talk about with this if the silver lining didn't exist. So, yay, I guess you could say. So, what happened? Banhammer's asking, also Banman, welcome. What happened? Well, what happened? Like all good trash fires recently on the right, for some reason, it involves Tectone. It involves the controversial bald Eggman that is Tectone. Now, if you guys don't know, Tectone recently abandoned YouTube and Twitch for God knows how long. He'll go back eventually. I have a feeling that Tectone has an exclusive contract that he hasn't disclosed, and that's why he's on Rumble. But I think that once the exclusivity contract is over, he'll probably go back to Twitch and YouTube. But he left Twitch and YouTube, citing a bunch of bullshit, in my personal opinion, because he's claiming that his channel's going to get deleted. If his channel was going to get deleted, there's no way he would be allowed to post videos. So he's just lying, in my personal opinion. And so I just, again, add another thing to the pile of Tectone being a habitual liar that doesn't know how to tell the truth. And so he went to Rumble, basically. Now, we talked about this last week, but Tectone has been going on Rumble. I don't believe that his a lot of his stream. I do believe. Excuse me. I don't believe his first stream is real. His first stream has 255,000 views on it. I feel like it was higher when I looked at it last week. I'm gonna have to look back, but I don't believe his streams are real. I believe a lot of his streams are botted on Rumble. Reason why I believe that is he has admitted that he has botted in the past. He has admitted that he takes part in that kind of stuff, and he's like, "Fuck you, I don't care. Ban me if you want," basically. Okay. So I don't believe a lot of his views are real. I do believe he is botting, and, you know, it is what it is. But he is streaming over there on Rumble. My personal opinion, I really don't give a shit if he streams on Rumble. If he's happy over there, if he's making money over there, don't care. You know, he's not, like, an individual that, like, I don't think shouldn't make money. I just don't like him as an individual, basically. But, sorry, my mouse just kind of fell over there. My apologies if I screamed into the mic. But, and I believe that this is because of the Rumble deal. I also believe it's because he is friends with Kirsch. He was brought onto the SideScrollers podcast, who, if you don't know, SideScrollers podcast does have a big stake in Rumble. Not stake as in stock, but they do have, like, a lot that they are putting into Rumble because they like Rumble. They want to give Rumble a lot of love and a lot of attention. And so it makes sense that Tectone would be invited on there because he's the big boy that's coming over onto Rumble, and he's saying a lot of things, doing a lot of things. A lot of people want to have him. You want to know what's funny? A lot of people talked about this episode. Do you want to know who also had Tectone on that nobody knows? Do you want to know who? I bet you know none of you can guess who also hosted Tectone on another day. Like, I think it was yesterday or day before. I want to see if somebody can guess. But Tectone was hosted by another big creator, okay, on Rumble. Who do you think decided to host him? Oh, okay, somebody got it. Yes, the Quartering also did a stream with Tectone. Tectone got into the Ham Planet live stream. So that convinces me that Tectone is being welcomed in by a lot of Rumble creators. And again, I don't like Tectone. I should make this incredibly clear. I do not like Tectone. He is a liar, in my personal opinion, based off of what he's done. He is a grifter based off of his actions and literally court documents. I believe that he has harassed multiple individuals, both women and men. He has made a bunch of false statements about a bunch of men and women as well. So I don't like him. I just do not like this man whatsoever. With that in mind, I don't care who decides to have him on, in my personal opinion. Okay? I really don't care. And the reason why I don't care is people can do whatever they want. You know, I can be critical of things that are said on that show, but I really just don't care. You know, I think at this point, you know, everybody knows what comes along with having Tectone on your show.
These aren't whites.
Thank you for your re-up on your membership, Magma. I will read that here in a moment. But like the general consensus is, I don't really care that SideScrollers podcast had him on. Okay. And I especially don't care with SideScrollers because SideScrollers is known to have a lot of different individuals from all walks of life. You know, they've had conservative people on their podcast, and they have also had weirdos on their podcast as well. Craig is known for having one of the best interviews with Darkside Phil in Darkside Phil history. It's a great interview and has some of the funniest crash outs by Darkside Phil ever. All right. Oh,
from
there it
MommaOcco.
goes.
Remember, if Tectone is nice to you, nothing he does matters.
Okay, well, listen. That is a judgment for Kirsch. I don't know anybody else that has said that but Kirsch, all right? But she didn't really say it like that. I'm not going to be disingenuous. Kirsch said that she thinks that he is cool because he's nice to her. Don't really care about that, all right? That's like one of my few judgments of Kirsch, but I don't care, you know? Otherwise, I think that she's just fine, okay? Associating with Tectone is a good chance to bring you down. I was getting to that, but basically, I don't care that they bring him on. Because in the grand scheme of things, I guarantee that if they had the opportunity to bring on a polarizing left-leaning figure that would play nice with them, they would do it. Because Craig, in my personal opinion, is willing to listen to opposite ends of the spectrum. And he is willing to let other people make fools out of themselves. And you know what? I'm completely fine with that, you know? But I do agree that association with Tectone can bring problems. And that's where my judgment... Again, it's not a judgment that's like a harsh judgment. This is a judgment that I give to anybody. And that includes people like Chibi, people like Legal Mindset, people like Kirsch, and it encompasses all of them. My big judgment, which isn't really a big judgment, it's just a judgment, is Tectone is an individual who has lied, he has cheated, he has allegedly abused a bunch of people, and he has sent hate mobs after people, and he has called people pedophiles. For no reason, in my personal opinion, all right? Literally, no reason. And yet, some people are choosing to associate with him. And my problem is, if you choose to associate with that, you are choosing to handle a snake. Literally, I think that Tectone is a snake. And that's fine. That is fine with me. All right? I don't care. You just have to recognize what you are holding, and you have to be okay with the repercussions that comes with handling a snake. Outside of that, I don't care. And if something bad happens, I'll be like, well, I told you he was a snake. People told you he was a snake, but I will be nice to people. You know, I will be fair to people, but like, that's my criticism. He is a snake. You know the problem with bringing him on, but at the end of the day, I don't care who brings him on, you know? I will even say, chat, if I ever had the chance to interview him, have a hostile interview with him, I would do it, just because I would like to interview him and ask him why he's such an asshole. It would never happen, but I would do it. 100% I would do it. Anyway. That judgment aside, all right? That judgment aside, all right? I don't really care about that, because Tectone really wasn't why things got destructive yesterday. He was a part of it. He was definitely a part of it, because SideScrollers posted a clip, all right? Now, I do need to, before I say anything, before I read any tweets or anything else, okay? I need to tell you this. The SideScrollers account, all right? This account, not Craig's account, this account is not run by Craig or Blabs or Phoenix, all right? The three main hosts of the show do not run this account. This account was run by somebody else. We'll get to that. But it is important that I tell you the context of that before we read what happened. Okay? Was he the spark of the event? No, Tectone was not the spark of the event. What I am showing you right now is the spark of the event. Okay? What I will show with you is what started the conversation and what got people to say things. Tectone was a building block on the event itself. Tectone is literally one of the few things that added on to what we're going to go through when it came to the drama. Okay? I bring up Tectone only because he is a building block on top of it, and he is a source of a lot of controversy. And in my personal opinion, again, when it comes to the right, you know, I'll be honest about this. I am not like a full-blown Republican conservative, all right? I don't consider myself part of either party because I have issues with both sides of the party. And guess what? Tectone is one of those people that I have an issue with, all right? Tectone is somebody who was formerly, I believe in stop Asian hate, pronouns, you know, my friends are all trans. Tectone was one of those guys, and then he literally snapped his fingers and changed, and in court documents admitted that he did it because he lost his audience, all right? So Tectone is one of those people that chose to walk from one side of the political aisle to another, and everybody is welcoming him in. And I have a problem with that. That is why I don't align myself with either political party in every single way. Okay? But with that out of the way, I have way more friends on the conservative side of the internet than I do on the liberal side of the internet. I've got liberal friends and I've got left-leaning friends, but I have way more conservative valued friends because they are also the people that are more sane as my friends. My apologies to my liberal friends. Some of you are actually sane as well. You're just quiet about it. And you know what? Stay quiet because you don't need to cause any issues. Okay? But here is my problem, all right? And I am trying to be as sincere and nice as I can when I say this because I genuinely like and treasure a lot of the people that I have made connections with on the internet. And that includes the SideScrollers people as well. All right. I say this out of fear, watching a train as it goes along. That there are people, Tectone included, that will destroy your movement. It's just like when people talk about horrible people in the Trump administration, like Pam Bondi. I'm not going to talk about Pam Bondi tonight unless I got time for it. But Pam Bondi really tanked, in my personal opinion, a lot of the perception of the Trump administration recently because she is a fucking moron. And I'm glad that she was fired. And I know a lot of conservatives are glad that she was fired too. But it is people like Tectone that actively bring down and taint a movement and make it look bad and make it look like you are just apologists for horrible people. Now, again, Tectone is not proven in a court of law to have done the things that are alleged against him. So I'm not going to call him the things that people call him. But the amount of other things he has done on top of that make him toxic to the touch. He is a well poisoner wherever he goes. And he doesn't care. He knows that he's a well poisoner. And he'll do it just to do it. And then he'll walk away when it's time. And that is my problem. And the fact that people invite him in scares me because you are playing with fire and you are playing with a situation where if he does something worse or he changes his values back, because I believe that the moment that the political spectrum shifts, if it does shift, he will jump back to whatever is most popular for him. I legitimately believe that. I legitimately believe that he could be like, oh, guys, I got my girlfriend here and she's re-educating me and I'm going back to the other side. I could believe that. You want to know why I could believe that? Because that's what he's done now. He did it now. He went conservative now. Why did he go conservative? Oh, because all OnlyFans women are whores and all women are horrible people. And guess what happened literally while he was doing it? So, people are choosing to side with this man, who is a rat, who is a snake. And my biggest fear is that he is going to make them all look like clowns. That is my fear and my worry, and I don't want that to happen. I don't say this out of hatred for any of these people, because I like a lot of these people. But I look at them and I say, I am afraid that he will make you look stupid. That's it, you know. As long as they recognize that, they understand that, and they're okay with it, okay, fine. You know? Alright, that's fine. Anyway, we're going to roll off of Tectone now and roll on to what started this issue. Because Tectone was part of the problem, but he was not the catalyst. Okay? So, this clip, which is from, I believe, 2 or 3 days ago, where Rev and Straub and the goth guy, his name is Jake, I believe. Yeah, his name is Jake. They're all on... And this clip that I watched only once, but this right here is what pissed people off, all right? The tweet that says, quote, there's no such thing as, quote, the right-wing grift, unquote. If this were about money, do you really think anyone would pick the equivalent of ice skating uphill? Now... Before I play the clip, I think on its face, this is a retarded statement to make. All right? This is an incredibly dumb statement to make. All right? There are 100% grifters on the right. And when they exist, you call them out just like you call out the ones on the left. I've already mentioned a couple of them tonight. Tectone, great example. Grifter, 100%. Quartering, grifter. He used to be more left-leaning. He switched to Trump when it was convenient for him. Fucking John De La Rose, grifter, in my personal opinion. Who else? Rekieta. Nick Rekieta, one of the biggest fucking grifters in the conservative space. Said he was a conservative, had a whole bunch of different conservative values, got caught with cocaine, got caught swinging, got caught doing degenerate stuff, and then he came out and basically denounced all of his conservativeness and just said, oh, I do whatever the fuck I want. Grums is... Listen, I don't hate Grums. I don't like Grums. Grums as well. I agree. Melanie Mac... Yep, Melanie Mac. Great example. Yeah. Melanie Mac is another good example. Yep. Candace Owens... She is a grifter, but I don't think she's a grifter for the right. I think she's a grifter for her insanity. I think she just does whatever she wants to make money, which I guess is a grifter, but you know. Nick Fuentes? I don't think Nick Fuentes knows what Nick Fuentes is. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I understand the basic idea of just like, oh, if you're a conservative, you're skating uphill. I understand that if you are a conservative, yeah, you're kind of skating uphill. But, there are so many ways as a conservative for you to make money that, even as a conservative, that I just think that there are grifters. Listen, if there is money to be made and values to be espoused, there are grifters everywhere. All the people that I just named, a lot of them are grifters. All right? You can argue with me if you want, but objectively, I think they're all grifters. Okay? Closeted gay man, yes. Did anyone believe Melanie was a conservative? I think that she's something now. She married a Christian conservative cosplayer, so I definitely think she's something now, but she's definitely a grifter. I don't really count Razor Fist. A lot of people have told me he's pretty consistent with his values, and I agree with that for the most part. Artemos says, don't forget he's scared of Virginias. Yes. Yes. Pretty much. Sticks, maybe? I don't know. I haven't watched enough Sticks to give an opinion on that. But yeah, The idea that there is no right-wing grift, that is retarded. Okay? That is absolutely retarded, in my personal opinion. And if you say that there are no conservative grifters, you either are a grifter yourself, or you are uninformed, misinformed, or you're just stupid. Okay? Pick whatever one you want. Magma for 15 months. Thank you. Memberships have refreshed. I didn't watch that episode of SideScrollers. I don't like people going scorched shirts on people for platforming those they don't like. It's stupid. And I agree. Again, I feel like I've made my point clear. I don't care that they bring on controversial people. I just feel like people need to understand what comes with bringing on controversial people, if that makes sense. Bad Scott. Yeah, so let's listen to this post. We're going to listen to this here. I've already made my point, but we're going to listen to this here. And again, I will disagree as it comes along.
You know who the grifters
Okay, hold on. We're going to up that.
are, right? Based off of the timeline that they do it and their thought process on these things, right? You can see right through it. Like I think we've been, people go, oh, the right wing grift, when it comes to side scrollers or Rev or any.
Now, I am going to be honest.
Oh my God, she's got milkers.
Thank you.
Razorfist is not a grifter. Styx isn't really right-wing, but he's never been a grifter. Just a cult and weird.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Now, I will say, I don't think the side-scrollers people are grifters. I don't think Craig, I don't think Blabs, I don't think they're grifters. The reason why I don't think they're grifters is they're actually building things and they're actually doing things. If you actually build something, if you actually live it, and you actually are what you speak, I don't think you're a grifter. I think that there's like a tier that you could be a grifter that's different, but I don't think they're grifters. I don't necessarily think anybody on this panel is a grifter. I don't know much about the Goth, so I can't really give my opinion on him. But I don't think anybody are... I don't think, at the very least, the side-scrollers part are grifters, basically. What about the Real Game Awards? I don't think that's a grift. I legitimately think, hey, I don't like this thing, I'm going to go make my own thing. That's not grifting. That is literally you just deciding, I'm going to make my own thing that's better than the other thing, And I'm going to be honest, I watched the last one, and I watched the one before that. They did a decent job with it, I think that, again, side-scrollers, they're not grifters. They're trying. They're actually doing something, So, if this tweet was about saying that side-scrollers wasn't grifters, I think it would be a much different conversation.
Pretty much the idea of that anybody who doesn't think super, super far left, they immediately get put in the far right grift thing, right?
Can you define grifter real quick? I'm only asking because a lot of people have very different definitions, so I just want to make sure that the answer I give you is in.
That's not the voice I expected to come out of the goth man's mouth.
Sure, the idea that a grift is you only say it to make the money. That's pretty much.
See, if you were only...
There's a really easy way to debunk that entire thing that the right-wing thing is a grift. Literally 30 seconds ago, we all expressed the fact that we've lost entire support networks of friends because of what we believe.
Okay. Yes, but no. It depends. You can also, like I know a lot of people do, grift off of that exact thing itself. I disagree with the Jake guy. I'm going to be honest with you. People can lose their audiences and then literally make new ones just by going from one thing to another. Good example. Again, Tectone. Tectone lost parts of his audience because of what happened with Pinkchu and with his wife. All right? Literally, he moves to a new thing, starts espousing different values. I tell you literally what. If I tomorrow stopped using my VTuber model, came on camera, started espousing very far right-leaning views, I know I would gain a different audience. All right? If I went way harder into the Christianity line that I wanted to, and I really went hard into it, and I started in a new place, yeah, that would be me grifting, because it would not be true to myself, and it would not be true to me. But that would be a grift. All right? That is the definition of grifting. All right? Yes, you can lose your entire audiences and lose everything you do. But you can also grow an audience off of being a victim, or being a victimized individual as well. I've seen people on the left do it, and I see people on the right do it all the fucking time. And guess what? Last 2 years have been pretty good for conservative people. Not perfect. We're still working out things, There are a lot of people in the conservative space that still struggle. They're still getting canceled. They still have fucking issues that happen. But for the most part, guess what? There's a lot of things that have been relaxed or laxed ever since Trump became president, and even before then. Even before, in the mid to near, in the early to near mid 2020s, conservatives started taking back that power, and it went from all of them, unfortunately, losing their spaces to getting them back. So, I agree that some people on the right have lost and continue to lose and continue to have problems. But I also think nowadays, conservatives, a lot of them have it pretty good. And as long as they're not stupid, like Tectone, and intentionally get themselves banned from platforms to be a victim, a lot of them eat really good. Like, I don't want to use myself as an example here, and I'm not a conservative. I've definitely got more right-leaning views than left that are espoused, but I have not, like, as far as I know, been taken down on any of my videos. The only video I've ever had taken down was for a copyright strike that a person just wanted to strike me on. And that was for a short that I did like 2 or 3 years ago. But time has changed. And being a conservative is a lot easier than it has been a couple years ago. Okay? So just saying that being a conservative is hard, I don't agree anymore. It's a lot easier, in my personal opinion, to be conservative these days. Way easier, all right? The biggest social media platform in the world, Twitter, owned by, in my personal opinion, a more conservative individual who doesn't ban people on it unless they get mass reported. YouTube, owned by Neil Mahan. As long as you're not like going really hard into the dirt, you don't really get banned. I mean, hell, I know a lot of people don't like Nick DiOrio, but he hosts a show called Rape Review, and it does not get taken down. That is as crazy as it's gonna get, and it's on YouTube. So, all I'm gonna say is, it is easy to grift on the right now. If you want to make easy money, it is easy to grift money because it is easy to get on the floor. It's easy to say, you know what, I renounce my lefty ways. I'm walking away from the lefty cult and I need a whole bunch of new friends to take me away. That is easy to do. It's pretty easy to do these days. Happens every other week. Maybe not in that same way, but it happens every other week. So I disagree with him off bat.
We are not going to potentially destroy our entire lives for something that is quote-unquote a grift.
Now, I will say you'll probably lose friends. There are definitely friends you will still probably lose in this day and age. You can replace them. And, yep, it really fucking sucks to say that you can replace your liberal friends that don't want to deal with you being more conservative. Yeah, that fucking sucks. But you're not withheld from making money. You can probably now have a job cleaning trash for having Christian conservative values these days, all right? As long as you're not racist. You could probably now still keep your job if you are a Christian conservative. And that's why I disagree.
We are sacrificing so much of our social circles, even familial relationships, for standing on what we believe in. That is statistically and analytically.
Now that is, and my problem is that is different from making money, all right? You can lose family and friends, and you can still be a grifter. So, I feel like he's bringing up two things here. Social circles, family circles, yeah, that's different. But making money, that's also very different. You can make money alone being a right-wing grifter. Again, look at Tectone right now. He's kind of alone right now. He's kind of burned himself and burned a lot of the people around him. So, yeah.
Ported BT dubs. So this is absolutely not a grift by any imagination.
Again, I think that he is wrong. I legitimately think that he is wrong. He himself may not be grifting. Rev, Straub, all of the SideScrollers crew, they may not be grifting, but it can be a grift. And to say that nobody on the right is grifting, which he may not even be necessarily saying, but to say that people on the right aren't grifting is a lie, it is wrong, or you are too stupid to recognize it.
I couldn't even fly to the US a couple of months ago because I'm on a fucking watch list.
Why are you on a watch list? What did he do to get on a watch list? What? Okay, I need to know. Why is this Jake guy on a watch list? Hold on. What's his name? What is his full name? Jake Monroe. All right, I am going to consult Google because I need to know.
Oh my god, she's got milkers!
Welcome to the other end of the horseshoe. Leftists do the same thing.
Yeah. All right, Google. Why
From
is
MommaOcco.
Jake?
I agree, but remember there is such a thing as controlled pressure valves. They have realized that woke went too far and now they're pulling back.
AI mode. Tell me why he's on a no-fly list.
She's got milkers!
The problem is that in America it's easier to be a right-wing grifter than it is in other countries. Jake's a Brit Bong IIRC.
Okay. If you're not on a government watch list, you should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah, Google's not helping me here. So I don't know why he's on a no-fly list, but he claims he's on a no-fly list. I want to know why he's on a no-fly list. I want to know what he did. Oh, I'm being told it's because of his views in the UK. Okay, listen. If you're in the UK, you're a Brit Bong, and I'm sorry. You're kind of fucked. That's a different story. Listen, if you're in the UK and you're conservative, I'm willing to believe that you're more conservative. Different conversation, different strokes. Yes, I agree that conservatives are still harmed in the UK. That's fair. I'm an American, and Americans don't give a shit about your backwards country that eats beans on toast. So, you know what? Fair enough. He might be losing more. And you know what? That actually makes a lot more sense to think of. Jake Monroe is probably talking about his experiences as a British man. All right, you know what? Fair. You are probably more persecuted as a conservative in the UK. Hell, even the entire EU, or most of the rest of the world, unless it's Japan. All right? So, all right, cool. I agree. If you're outside of the US, fair. But if you're inside the US and you're conservative, there's more shit on top of that I will be more critical of. So, I would agree with him only because he's speaking through the eyes of a Brit Bong.
Right.
They opened my bag and everything, and they delayed my fucking flight, and it cost me several $100 fucking.
This is literally the worst grift ever, if this is a grift, because the whole purpose of a grift is to get money by saying stuff you don't believe. Like, me, Straub, I'm sure everyone here at some capacity has lost business opportunities.
He has lost business opportunities. Yes, he has. Rev has lost business opportunities. So Rev is speaking from his experience as well.
Because of the things we say and the things we cover.
Also, Rev, you need to get a better mic or soundproof your room because I can hear the echo.
So this is a terrible grift. I'd be the worst grifter ever. If I wanted to grift, I would either share nothing or I would go hyper.
Is a bad example because it's a lost cause.
The only time I will ever eat beans on toast is with my brisket.
Is it gonna play the next one?
Oh my god,
there
she's
it
got
goes.
milkers!
If you want to go down the rabbit hole, look up Joel Davi's case in Australia.
True, fair. Money's not the only reason. True, money is not the only reason. I would agree. There's a lot of other social things that come from it as well. So.
Left and just be kind of the agreeable thing, and I would get all the sponsorships, all the collabs I want.
That's not necessarily true either, Rev. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I would agree that sponsorships are still kind of difficult these days. As a content creator, sponsorships are still kind of difficult. Sure. Collabs? Is there really anybody on that is left-leaning that you want to collab with that won't collab with you because you're Rev Says Desu, the drama guy? I mean, I don't know. I've seen from Jack Posobiec definitely lends itself. I don't really know much about him. You can grift for attention, money, content, and fame. No, yeah, very true. And there is a lot of money, attention, and fame right now for being a conservative. Why? Because of who's in the White House and the fact that normal people like conservatism again. All right? That is just the place that we are in. So, I mean, the thing is I agree with a lot of what all of them are saying, but they are speaking to their experiences only. It is not to the grand whole. Again, in the grand whole, conservatives are eating pretty decent right now. I'll add a but in there. And I add a but because I, again, worry that snakes in the field are making it difficult. And if snakes are not being rooted out...
You know who the grifters are.
Okay,
right?
why is it playing that again? Don't play that again. And if you're not rooting out the snakes, it is going to get hard for conservatives again. It is. So, I mean, that's a conversation for a different day. But, like, I think, unfortunately, some people... If you're not taking care of those snakes, they're gonna harm you and your movement. So, anyway, that tweet comes out. As you can see, it got quite a lot of attention. Okay, quite a lot of attention. In fact, it probably was one of their more viral tweets. Probably not the most viral tweets, but it definitely got quite a lot of attention. And I decided while I was busy yesterday to reply to that. Had a bit of buffering. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Am I grifting? No, I believe a lot of what I say, you know. I don't know. I mean, you can bring up something that you think I'm grifting on, but no, I would say that I'm doing just fine. I dropped frames. Oh, I did. I did drop frames. That's okay, though. That's all right. We're still good. Now, if you think I'm grifting on something, please let me know and I can explain it. But I wouldn't say that I am. I don't know. Anyway, I replied to this. And, you know, I use the most innocent yippee that exists on the planet. Momo. All right? Little Momo wants to raise her I don't know if that's a paw or a hand.
The term grifter in just like other labels. It gets so overused that it kind of makes it hard to determine who is actually grifting.
Oh, excuse me. It went viral because it felt so completely different than what they usually say. True. True. I haven't started a coffee company yet. True. It's true. I can't be a grifter yet. I don't have a coffee company. Yet. Although, that would definitely make me a... Listen, if I started a coffee company, I'd be a grifter for sure because I hate coffee. All right? So, you know, whatever. But no, I responded by saying, I kind of disagree. Oh, my stream is dying. Sorry, chat. I don't know what's going on here. Hold on a moment. Am I still alive? I hope so. Interesting. Don't know why it's doing that. My roommate's not using the internet. Stream saved? Stream saved. Yes. Anyway. This statement right here, that's not grifting. This is legitimately grifting. All right? All right? Going out and saying, my channel, I am a Christian conservative. My channel is under attack. I need all of my Christian conservatives to come around me. That's grifting. All right? You're trying to get money out of people and you don't really care or agree. Thank you.
I second Alpha Chad on how the term grifter, grifting, is absolutely meaningless at this point. Also, Big Tech clearly doesn't want Occo covering the side-scroller manager crash out. Sad.
I guess, but we're gonna push through it. We're gonna push through it, chat. I promise you that. But no, that is literally one part of grifting, all right? Saying that you're a victim, that you are a victimized conservative who's just trying to fight for the right to be a conservative in this world, all right? That can be a form of grifting if that's something that they do consistently. And let me tell you, there are some people in this world, Jeremy, the quartering, Hambly,
for the follow.
that uses their conservative status to try and farm oppression points. That happens. It literally happens. You can't say it doesn't happen. It happens. It exists. All right? So, yeah. It's just like one of those things where if you do it so often and you're begging for money so often, saying, oh, I need money, I'm under attack, that's grifting. All right? You know? But they continue on by saying nobody pretends to be right-wing if they secretly aren't. And that's a lie. There are a lot of people that are pretending to be right-wing. Again, Tectone literally admitted he changed his values to get more people. Literally. Jeremy, I hired somebody to watch videos so they can write me a script to react to it on stream. Hambly, yes. Yes. And I say, I don't know, I think some people are, and when the pendulum slings, I think some of them will share those colors. And they say consistency and depth reveal truth, and I say I couldn't agree more. However, a lot of people responded to this. And we're gonna go through some of them. Candace Owens, yes! Candace Owens is one of the big... Chat, do you know how much money Candace Owens raised for her quote-unquote security team because she was under attack for revealing the truth? Happens so fucking often. Alright? There are people that are literally trying to prey upon women, mothers, children, and men too. Men don't fall for it that often, but men too. There are people that are trying to prey on others because they know there is money to be made and victimhood to be sold. Candace, I have a dream, Owens. Yes. Yes. But no, this is just this is literally a retarded take. Now, before we go through Mizu's reply, there's a couple other people here that have replied. So this one says, why does the term rhino exist? This person mentions Melanie Mack, the quartering. They say Kirsch and Rev. I don't really agree with that. But Tectone, you know, I agree with all but with like these three here. Okay. But then Mizu, in my personal opinion, not only has the most liked reply, but the best reply. And this is where, in my personal opinion, things really went off the rails. And again, I need to preface this. This guy is not writing these tweets. All right? Craig is not writing anything that we are reading right now.